Welcome to Sunday session for the Mother's Day special, May 8th, 2022. Last week, we definitely had a good week overall. Hopefully you guys, took your time, took advantage of the market for what the market gave us. This is the 1-day chart. You notice that oil is still green. We got healthcare kind of picking up a little bit with PFE. We got CVS is hitting at that 100 area. We noticed that we put out the 105s at 95 from last week. But we're going to go over the last week, just slightly. I'm not trying to harp on the last week, watch list. What I'm trying to show you guys is why planning is important. And if you stick to your plan, nothing should knock you off balance. You should be able to stick to your plan and you should be able to be okay. Basically, last week I told you guys to get calls on SPY, and it's all in the charting. You know what I mean, in my opinion, I don't really like going by what a lot of news say because that can kind of scare you. So if you have confidence in your charting, you'll be able to notice on a 4-hour chart. I told everybody to buy, and excuse all the writing. I just I had a week last week, right? I said at 408.62. That was the support. And it's on a 4-hour chart, whereas the bullish engulfing is starting. So basically, the trade started from 408, if you wrote down 408, but we also had a discount down to 405. So, knowing that 405 was the discounted area, you could have took advantage of the down once it dropped down to 405. And once it spiked back up, and here go the trade right here, we was in the clear. Those contracts was down to $25 a piece. And our target was $228.78. That's the only thing I want to see is that trade. Now, this is my trading zone. That's only a 6% move. About 6% move. And then that's it. I don't need to know nothing else because part of my plan was a 430, 450. And a 440 call, and I had a nice little time on there. So I got the three. I got the 430, 450, and the 440. So once I made the money, I really didn't care about what else happened after that. I really honestly just wanted to trade my goal, right? Same thing if I move on to, what, Home Depot or Target or Walmart. It's the same exact thing, but let's look at QQQ real quick. And it's the same thing, guys. Just stick to your goal, stick to your target, and just call it a day. As long as you're, taking the notes and you're trading it exactly how it's supposed to be traded, it shouldn't be that difficult. We said that the support area was down to about, on QQQ, it was 313.74. That's around here. And then, notice how it did the exact same thing as SPY. It gave you that 310 look, and then it reversed back up to 330, right? Our target was 324, and it ran up to 330. So it broke above our target from here to here, and then we got an extra little move there. So you could have cashed out there pretty nicely with the 325 calls, 320s, or the 318 calls. And that's just pretty much my whole idea of going into doing Sunday sessions or coming in, doing a watch list and doing everything. What I'm doing is the same thing that I posted in the main menu. I'm writing down my ticker. I'm writing down my resistance level. I'm writing down, my price target. I'm writing down my entry price and my exit price. I'm writing down my strike price and my cost of the contract. And the expiration date and how many contracts I'm getting, and a stop loss of 5%, 10%. You know what I mean? Maximum probably 15. So just basic things will kind of, once you get consistently doing the small things, I think you'll be fine in the long run. I think a lot of people are new, so I'm really taking baby steps to get people to understand why planning is very important. So, beyond that, Lucid did the exact same thing. Damn near every call that was put out last week did exactly what it's supposed to do. So you have multiple opportunities to make money. So congrats if you guys took notes last week. But we on to this week. Hope you got your pen and pad ready again. Please be ready. It's not changing as much as you may expect. You think I'm about to go crazy and put out a whole bunch of new calls? No, FedEx, keeping it real simple. Going right back to FedEx. Now, remember that I did put out the 210 call for FedEx for the 520 expiration date Probably, this has been almost a month ago. This was the first trade, and it ran up to about 213. And now, we're on to the next trade. I missed the entry at 196. You feel me? I definitely missed that entry on FedEx at 196. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm kind of hurt by that. But now, since I've missed, and this is important, for the people that really be like, oh, I missed my entry. What do you do? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till to get above, 213 to 213 to be exact, honestly. I can't make a decision while it's in no man's land. I could be like, okay, if it hold at this support, I can get you a 220 call and we can kind of stretch it here. But that's gonna be a little bit risky. I really needed that 196. Unfortunately, last week I didn't mention it. If I would mention it last week, we would have a super good entry for the same 210 calls for 520 about 193. You feel what I'm saying? But since I missed it, oh well. If we hold at this area here, we can definitely, look for that resistance break at 213, and the target is going to be 216 for now. Know what I mean? So above 213, you definitely can get a 220 call. And the reason that I'm looking at FedEx is because, just like I told you guys, earnings is coming up for a lot of these different companies: Walmart, Target, Home Depot, FedEx. I want to be prepared and be already in these trades before the earnings come around. So, that's basically my idea of going into FedEx. This is not my top watch. This is something now I'm keeping on watch going into next week, just to see if we have that slight move. This ain't my top watch though. Know what I mean? So FedEx, if you guys like FedEx, support area is the 209. Target is 216. We have to break above 213 to get a 220. That's the same resistance from back on the 420. And we traded the 420, you know what I mean? And that trade been out for a month. It's the same 520, 210. It probably cost a little bit more back in, but you notice how it ran up. It's the same thing. So that's just FedEx. Walmart, Target. Walmart, Target. Now Target's on a breakdown. It's below the 152, deeply below. My next support level is 145 on the monthly. But I also got these middle support areas in here. So I got 147, I got 149. Their earnings is coming up in a couple more weeks. So seeing this drop off before their earnings can mean two things, right? My opinion is that we're getting a nice discount. I mean, my opinion is that if it does come back to 145, that'll be a nice entry. I mean, we'll definitely be able to get a 160 at that level and see how it run up. Last week was kind of a blur. We had 151 and it popped up and then never didn't get back above 155, which is okay. But I'm still going to be watching this on that downside to see how much of a discount I can get. It may pop because of the RSI being low on the 4 hour. We may have a slight pop back up to 152. That's a tight area to trade from 149 to 152. But, if you like that, you can do that as a day trade or whatever you want to do. But I really think, marking down 145 or 146 as your, entry area will give you a good little cushion, for if it goes and bounce off of this like it did, old resistance, over support, new resistance, old resistance, new support rule, still consistent. March 16th, you notice that was resistance. Back in January, that was resistance. So, 145 is definitely there. We know that 152 was resistance on the monthly for the last 2 years. So I'm expecting a nice bounce off the 145, 146. It may be the 147, but those are my 3 areas of entry. I'm not trying to do it, in between here, even though we may get a pop on Monday back to 152. But if it don't break it, those areas is going to be the next areas it's going to come down to. So I really want to hit these targets before I even get super aggressive back up towards that 160 call. So please pay attention to Walmart. Earnings is coming up. And this is the same trade list from last week. Nothing too heavy. I'm just going back over it again because now, you're starting to see things fall off. So let's see how it go. Same thing with Target. Target a little bit stronger than Walmart, just a little bit. Yes, last week it was a little bit stronger. Now you're starting to see it come back down again. You notice I got a trend line on Target. So again, 220, good area to buy in at. Even though it's holding at this 223, support area. Let's look at that 220 on the monthly, and then that'll give us a nice little, recap back up. I want to test the 249 area. So seeing that 220, notice that was the first time I told y'all about target was 220. The first time we talked about target, it was at 220. It went to 249. I want to see that same reaction. Know what I mean? We have to, buy it at the bottom and be prepared for it to make a move up top. Notice I do have a trend line here. So if it don't break holds this 220 and to break this trend line, yes, you can expect 206, 211 and some downside. This is why just being consistent, that's all you have to be. I don't have to be aggressive. I don't have to be extra. All I got to do is be consistent. You feel what I'm saying? So if I set my alerts at 220, if I set my alerts at 217 and them alerts don't go off, I guess I can't trade. Now, I mean, even if I go to the reverse one, I'm gonna set my alerts at 233 resistance. If I set that alert at 233 and it goes off, I'm not gonna jump in. I'm gonna go see what the chart tells me to do. If there's a resistance here and it don't hold, and then it'll have to drop back down. So the decisions are being made about is the decisions you make is dictated by what the chart does, not what I think is going to do. All the decisions that I look at is what the chart does. So if it holds support, if it breaks support, those are the things that I'm looking for. I go again, that the checkoff list is still the checkoff list no matter what stock you're trading. You just gotta stay consistent. That's all you gotta do. Lucid. We talked about Lucid last week. I want to bring up Lucid again because I feel like EV companies are still hot. And we're at a huge discount for Lucid. You know what I mean? Here go the, I told you guys to buy in at Lucid at $17.70, and your target was $19.96. The actual trades was $20 call for 513, 21, 22, 520, $20 call, $22 call, and the biggest call is the June $30 call, right? Well, if you traded the $20 call to be on the safe side, this is the move that it made. It went from $17.70 to $19.96. That's it. That's all I have to do to make my money is just figure out where to support, how many times it hit this bottom support. Look how many times it hit 1770. Blue line is your target. It ran up to as high as $20.42.
Wait on the color one.
So that's my target. That is how I take advantage of the trade. And that's what I consistently push is find out where's the bottom and take advantage when it does its reversal. Now we're almost back at that area again. This is why I'm bringing it up again. Watch how the support holds for, the third, fourth time. And then maybe we can start squeezing in. Maybe we might be in consolidation for the week. Maybe we might be in consolidation for the month. Maybe it just start bouncing between 17 and 19. When I know some people remember Workhorse, when Workhorse was, struggling between 15 and 20, I was buying in the money $15 calls and it would go up to $20. And that was my one trade every week when I was doing options 2 years ago. You know what I mean? So it's the same things over and over, no matter what happens, no matter what we think or feel. If you're using your charts, you're going to be successful because you consistently getting in at a nice price point and you're taking advantage of it on the upside. So this was your trade. This is from what, Monday, this all the way to Wednesday. And then you notice that we're back down on Friday. Now, if whatever y'all want to do, y'all can do, man. If y'all want to do puts, just make sure you're buying it. It's the opposite of what I'm saying. Say, I'm going to buy a put at $19.96 for $17. That's your put. You feel me? But as long as you're having a target of the same target that you need when it's time to buy in, or is the same target you need when you to buy in on puts, it's the same stuff, but opposite. That's not who I am. I'm not going to call out 1,000 puts. I'm really not. I'd rather not trade at all. You know what I mean? I'd rather sit back and watch the market. But luckily, I'm consistent, and I'll keep on consistently giving y'all these great supports, and I'm giving you a great reaction when it happens. And this is Lucid. So I'm adding Lucid back on the list. $17.70 entry, $19.96 is the resistance. It'll be better if we get into some type of consolidation in between here. And that's going to give us a nice little confirmation, because if it breaks over $20.43, we're on to $22. And now we're in the whole reversal. Now I mean, now we add in levels in between 1996 to 22. Then we add in levels from 22 to 24, so forth and so on. So now that the market is literally bottoming out, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's going to be more to the bottom. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't judge it. It hasn't happened yet, right? But I can prepare. I mean, I can prepare. So just if watching on Monday can probably be good for some people. We can probably sit back and watch it together. But as long as these supports is holding, my target's still going to stay the same, 1996. Nothing changes. I mean, that goes for every call that I put out last week. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. Anybody got questions so far?
Yo,
What's up, dog?
I ain't got no question, man, but just for the people who don't know or who ain't really familiar with it, I had to kind of learn over experience. You was talking about that 5 to 10% stop loss. If you go back to that Lucid chart, I'm gonna give you an example. And it's just like, it took me a minute to kind of figure it out. I still ain't really got it figured out. I just kind of play it. All right, so you talk about a 5 to 10% stop loss, right? If you look over to that first time it touched 17, on the red candle.
Over here?
Go over one more.
Right here.
Yeah, right. So say you would have bought in and you had set your stop. This is why I never set my stop losses, because what is that bottom? That wick went down to.
Oh, the next wick, it dropped all the way down to 1706.
Right, and knowing me and my history, I would have got out the trade right before that reversal.
Right.
I hated that. How can a trader have that discipline with a 5 to 10% loss and entry
now
with wicks, the wick pull downs?
Now I'm gonna be real. If I'm confident, I don't set stop losses all the time either. Now, let's be real about this. I make sure people know about stop losses because I want people to be safe. Because a lot of people ain't gonna know what I know or see what I see. So I didn't even know this was, happening until I looked last week. Honestly, I like Lucid at 19, and that's what that was my whole thing. From last year was $19, $19, because we made that money. But this is the thing. If you know that your support on a bigger time frame is solid, that's why you got to look at the 4 hours in the big time frames. Look at the green candle close. Look at it. You feel me? If you're on the big time frame, you wouldn't even notice how it came down to 17 and some change. You wouldn't even thought of it or noticed it. You feel me? It wouldn't have hurt you at all, because the big time frame is there. That's why I understand about the stop loss part of it. That's difficult to gauge. I'm not even gonna lie. Stop loss is a super difficult to gauge. But if you're able to know your support and you understand what's going on with your support on a big time frame, and you understand how the market is kind of going sideways or consolidation, like since you mentioned that to me, I was like, oh, that's a consolidation right there too. We should have known that Lucid was gonna get a nice little reversal. Look, that's a straight consolidation right there. You feel me? So we should have automatically known once it broke above 1880, we was going to get a retest towards that resistance. Either way, stop loss is a difficult thing to gauge. What I would suggest, if you're not confident in the trade, have that stop loss there. But if you have confidence in the trade, if you're exercising the consistency of, I've done this before, I did the trade from 17 to 19 before, and you're confident, if you see it at $17 and some change, just buy some more. But that's a tight area. You got to think that's literally 69 cents. It came down, and what time frame that is? How many minutes? There's no telling how many minutes that was. This is the 5-minute chart. So let's see. I mean, that's a tight area, bro. That's literally like one, two. That's probably like 10 minutes. You feel me? That's a 10-minute decision. Like, that's a tough, no, that's not even the right one. Sorry about that. This is over here. So yeah, it's a little bit more than 10 minutes. It gave you like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 30 minutes. You feel what I'm saying? Like almost 30 minutes before that huge 5-minute bullish engulfing came in. But that's a tough one to gauge, far as, And then, and, you know, the bottom was, you know, if I go to the minute chart, you'll see the 1710. But, bro, that's tough. It's just a tough thing. That's
I
why.
agree with you on the larger time frames and the confidence. When it comes to trading,
Yeah,
I feel that confidence plays a big part. Like
bro.
actually sitting down, coming up with the strategy, and knowing what you're gonna do, and being confident in
I'm
it.
telling you, bro, being
That
confident in what
plays
you
a
do.
big part because you get scared. You know what you're gonna do. If you get scared, you're gonna run.
But listen, I'm not lying, bro. Other people will scare you. And you know in your mind what you see, bro. Like I seen the bullish engulfing on SPY. I was getting nervous. I'm like, they about to scare me off the money. You feel me? I'm being honest. That's why you gotta just be like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I'm sticking to it. As long as it holds this area, I'm fine. If it breaks below this area, I need to get out of it. Luckily, I'm in it early enough. These are the things that honestly you just have to do. It is unfortunate that we have to feel like we have, you know, there's that small area of fear. I mean, I'm not trying to harp on SPY. I don't want to talk about SPY, UVXY, none of that for the whole week. I swear to God, I'm done with those. I'm gonna start using other stuff, but I want you guys to see what I mean. Thanks, man. Here go the 4-hour chart. And excuse all the words, man, but I really was like, bruh, that trade was amazing. Like I don't know about anybody else, but that bro, that was a crazy. Tell me that trade wasn't crazy, bro. Like nobody could have called that better.
I think I was playing a put when you had got into the call, and like you said, boy, you had scared me for a minute, but it hit my target. It hit the target. Right. I got out, and I promise, as soon as I hit my target, your call started going in the money.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So and I'm gonna be real. You feel me? I wrote down 408, and then I wrote below 408. I wrote like let me see on my paper. And I'm not harping. I'm just want y'all to understand why the planning is so important and noticing what's happening with the market is so important. So I wanted 408 at the bottom because I told y'all, I say, look, it's going to probably, since we're closing below, I said this on Sunday, I said, since we're closing below the red line, more than likely on Monday, it's going to drop some more. It's going to give us some more downside. I said it. So it did what it did. So that's why I had 408 and I had 4342. That's my exact numbers. When y'all posted that 405, I swear to God, I posted that 452. I just got in. I said, oh, I'm doing it. This is the reason why I'm doing it. First of all, candle reading is important. This is a reversal candle instantly on a 15-minute time frame. I don't like using nothing lower than the 15. 15 is probably the minimum I'm gonna go. And I'm trying to wean myself off of that. I really want to just use the 1 hour and the 4 hour, to be honest. But reversal candle. As soon as you see the reversal candle, it is what it sounds like, a reversal. Then they gave you the 3 king setup. So if you missed the reversal candle, I had a shadow line in here at 410 because I seen this big candle on at $4.10 on the bullish engulfing. That was at $4.10, and it bullish engulfed all the way up to the resistance. So I put in like a little ghost line at 410. So I knew 410. Anytime it breaks below 410, 405 is coming. But I didn't explain that because, you know, to get that time frame, I had to really, you know, get in my bag. Because I was about to lose confidence in my own trade, but I'm like, no, bro, you know what you're doing. So 1, 2, 3, 3 king reversal. The reason I tell y'all planning is important because you could have gotten that 405 or you would have gotten that the same 4.862 when that second bullish candle came in. And then from there, no matter what happens, I get it, bro. It looks crazy, but it broke back above resistance and then consolidated. You feel me? That is what you're looking for. The bullish move is already came in. Whenever, just like I told you guys, if you see a big spike out of something and then the consolidation come in, more than likely it's going to give you a big spike. If you see a big downside, like, and then a consolidation, more than likely it's going to give you some more downside. It's the same thing over and over. Luckily, I stayed fast. I was like, I'm just gonna ride it out, and it hit my target, and I was good to go at that point. But this is why you can't let people throw you off your game, because at the end of the day, the plan is already put in place. If I veer off from my plan or make an adjustment, it got to be in my favor. You feel what I'm saying? It can't be for nobody else's reason. It got to be because what I seen is what I seen. You feel what I'm saying? I seen
What you saying? If like somebody might be in the same company, yeah, like me and you. I think me and you was in on SPY. I was
right.
in the pit, and you had grabbed the call.
Yeah.
That don't mean that either one of our trades was bad.
No, it
We
doesn't
just
mean that
had
nobody
two
traded
different
bad.
plans.
Nobody trade was bad. Everybody did great trading this week. The thing is that I don't want to go off my plan.
Right.
I'm gonna
Our
celebrate
plans
my
might
plan.
not be the same, but they still could both make money.
They both can make money as long as there's a plan. You feel what I'm saying? It can't be no plan and just a lot of noise because now you're interrupting the what's happening. You feel me? You interrupted my mind frame. My mind frame is set. My phone is set on all these targets. If you get in there and start making noise, now I'm losing confidence. I'm like, nah, but let me stay focused. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not even gonna talk about these trades no more because I really feel like this week was a blur. Now,
Y'all did.
even with UVXY, the reason I marked up everything for a reason. This is why I'll be marking stuff up because I want y'all to see visually what I mean, why things work. When I tell you old support, new resistance, this is UVXY. Old support, new resistance. This is the old resistance at $14.29. When SPY took the spike, where did UVXY go? Right down to resistance.
Old resistance, new support.
Look, bro, when I posted this picture of UVXY, it was at $17. I said, this is exactly what I said, 1786. Look where I posted this at, 1786, 1834, then retest 1951. Where did UVXY go on Friday? 1951 on the 15-minute. This is why charting is important no matter what happens. I don't care what people yell about it, none of that. If you ain't got a target on entry and a target on exit, it don't matter.
Hey, I promise, it seemed like the news, seemed like the charts are better than the news. It seemed like the charts be so clear that they got to make up news just to make the charts play out the way they're supposed to.
Bro, you want me to ask you a question, bro?
Go ahead, man.
What different type of analysis is there in the stock market?
Opinion.
No, this be real though. The ones that the people actually use. What are the two analyses in the stock market?
I couldn't even tell
It's
you.
only fundamental analysis.
Technical and fundamental.
And fundamental. That's it. It's no such thing as news analysis. It's technical analysis and fundamental. Yes, the news can mess it up. But if the news messing it up, you think the chart not gonna tell me?
Mm-hmm. The chart ain't gonna lie.
The chart ain't gonna lie. And a matter of fact, the chart gonna tell me before. Because the bearish candle is gonna come in before the news even drop. We're gonna start seeing the bearish movement. Like we're gonna see the bearish red candle starting to show up before the news even drop. That's all I'm saying. I'm not, dissing. I'm not doing no extra stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all, look, here go the 1 day for SPY. The news, look, this the 1 day for SPY. After it come off the target, the bearish candle showed itself. And now we in the doji candle. And this the 1 day. I'm not making this stuff up. I'm trying to get people to get confident in their technical analysis skills so you don't have to be thrown off on nothing else. Like, I don't have to be, flabbergasted when something don't go my way. You feel me? If your alert go off and it don't hit your support, and this is what I'm gonna start using Sunday session for, is just strictly learning about the technical analysis behind it. Because I feel like once the week start, it get overlooked. Everything we worked on Sunday, I don't know how many people even got anything from Sunday, but it gets overlooked. You feel me? I want you guys to, if I don't come in on Sunday, I want you guys to print out this paper and sit at the house and work on at least 3 tickers and figure out, am I doing this right? Do I need help here? Because this is how you really make the money, and it's proven. This is proven.
I got another question for you, since we learning skills and technical analysis today.
Yeah, bro.
All right. So, in your opinion, would you buy?
Now you want to go to fundamentals. I know you want to get my fundamental bag, man.
No, just because all right, so here go the retest. I be having issues with the retest. I be wanting to get in early.
Right.
you know, on a lot of stuff. But so it's like I might buy before once it breaks resistance, I'll buy before it retests the resistance.
Yeah.
I'll buy as soon as it breaks resistance, and then I'll watch the retest and see if I need to exit the trade or not.
Which is a good way of doing it. What you want to do is what you're trying to ask me is how do you find the support before the retest?
Or the entry. Do you retest after? I mean, do you enter after the retest, or do you enter after?
So what
it
stock
breaks?
in particular you were trying to do that on? Let's look at it. And
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you which one I missed. Snow. I've been watching Snow. It had wedged and it broke below support, and I missed the put, the $150 put, and I know it was making money.
Yeah, it's hitting. It's definitely hitting. And luckily, I don't got a lot on Snow. So last week I did the little 2 to 128. Well, I did have a little something on Snow, but not Snow breaking all the way down. So let's see.
I was watching it all week. I've been watching it, and it was consolidating, and then it broke, and I missed the break.
It broke up or broke down?
Broke down.
So I think I see your consolidation right here. Is this the 25th all the way to the 4th? That little small area consolidation?
Yeah, about for the last week, 2 weeks, really. Yeah, right.
About
there.
2 weeks. So look, boom, there you go right there. That's your consolidation window, right? Listen, you know this already.
Like 168 and 175.
Listen, you already know this. You already know this. Watch this. You already know the answer too. Why even I put these two lines in there? You gonna already know what you already know. Boom, there you go.
Look, it had broke so far. What chart? What time frame you on?
It's the 4 hour.
Yeah,
you get it
clear
on.
day.
Listen, you get it on the 4 hour, and then you enter on the 15. Now you see the difference.
Super clear.
The first sign of continuing bearish started up here at 180. This big long bearish sign. You feel what I'm saying? That's when it's really starting to break down. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, and that was early morning too.
Right. That's when
in the
it's
morning.
That's 9:45. That's why I say 10 o'clock rule is important. 10 o'clock rule gonna show you the direction of what's gonna happen. By 10 o'clock, it jumped into consolidation. But look, bro, and if it's already holding under the 171.30. So right when it gets into consolidation, now not only you got all day to make a decision now, and that's the 15. You feel what I'm saying?
And it never break back above what 168.
Because the same way it breaks up, if it breaks up and consolidate and it's already on the uptrend,
Okay, run the test, please.
it's gonna give you another move up. If it breaks down and consolidate, well, I just said it on. Didn't I just say
it? Yeah, you just said it.
I told you, bro. I'm telling you, it happens all the time, and it's just about the confidence behind it. If you know on the 4 hour chart that this is your support and resistance, it's the same thing on the way down as it is on the way up. It's just the same thing. So say if Lucid Trade come to 1770 again, and then you know the bottom is 1710. You know the bottom is 1710. If it breaks below 1710, what's gonna happen?
It's gonna, even if it consolidates, it's still going down.
It's still going down. We're already down. We broke below. You feel me? That's it. And now Snow, we at 154. We may start holding this area. I'm telling y'all,
I'm hoping for 133, man, because Snow been holding strong compared to how all these other tech companies been dropping.
Yeah,
they was holding strong. They ain't lost half their value. Well, they have, but not like Netflix or Roku or Roblox. Yeah. So I still expect them to come down a little bit more. I got like $120, $130 price target on Snow. Yeah, it's just they should be expensive.
Yeah, I see it overvalued over here, but I haven't did no thorough evaluation on it. I know Warren Buffett's still holding since IPO, and it's way below IPO price. I'm not surprised that all these IPOs is dropping because we gotta get back to fair value.
New companies.
A lot of these getting back to fair value. But I told y'all last week, I say, look, my bullish month is June and July. I'm just giving y'all, I told y'all it's difficult to trade in this arena. Last week I said, bro, it's so difficult to trade in this arena. But if you can maneuver in this arena, when that bullish month come, we gonna be straight. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because we're
Right.
making money 30, 40%, 50%. You know, I don't like telling y'all how much SPY went up because y'all be like, damn, next time I'm gonna hold. Like, don't do that. I want y'all to be like 30%, 40%, whatever y'all can get. I'm being honest. Collect those little checks.
I don't need it
Because
right
when
now.
the big move come, I want y'all to be prepared for the big move, far as I can afford to buy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm being honest. Like, it's hard to maneuver in this area. April is not the biggest bullish month. I caught the first of the month vibes. I'm just different. You feel what I'm saying? I just did my little thing different. But at the end of the day, you could have went both ways. You could have bought puts, you could have bought calls. But like I told y'all, if I don't buy a put, I'm buying calls for UVXY. That's just how I move. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have to buy anything. You know what I mean? It's up to me. I don't have to buy puts. I don't have to sit there and tell y'all to buy puts. I don't have to do that. If I got calls you could always buy a call on UVXY with everything else falling. I can be a bull all year.
Yeah, hedging is always great, man. If y'all don't hedge, please learn how to hedge.
Right, for sure. For sure. But I mean, if you want to be that, you know, I want to buy everything and buy puts and you just going crazy in the market, have fun. I got 2 girls at the house. I got things I gotta do. I can't be here all day having fun like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't be watching the market all day. I gotta stick to my plan, execute my plan thoroughly, and then move on with my day. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can't be here all day. So I'm just being honest. I know everybody busy, so I don't want nobody to feel like they have to be staring at the screen all day. That's why we come in on Sunday, put the plan together, and we go from there. You know what I mean? It's basic. I know people, let's talk about Lil Tech then. You know, let's talk about Apple. You know what I mean? I guess I can talk about Apple.
Yeah, you talk about June and July, you can definitely talk about Apple.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's what I call, listen, we know. Last year, Apple, I called it 125. I called it at 118, and then we put out 135 calls for July. They ran to 160. Like, we know. Like, we don't have to go back in history and follow my moves. Like, I'm consistent. I'm pretty much consistent.
Man, it's crazy how strong that 154.
Bruh, this 154, I'll keep telling y'all, if y'all want to buy it on Apple, when they hit 154, it ain't nothing else for me to say. You feel me? Like, that's your entry. Now, if it breaks below 154, then look for your consolidation and then get your 150 put. It works every time. You know what I mean? Now, once it stop working, then we'll, you know, change our tune. But at 154, what I told y'all to do, get a 160. This one went from 154 back to 159. That's fair. That's good money. We cannot miss our entries. We have to be setting our alerts for our entries. If you want to get puts, say when it hit 160, get a 154 put. Whatever you want to do, I don't really care. I just want y'all to have a plan for it. You feel what I'm saying? I just want y'all to have a thorough plan for it. I don't want y'all to, you know, just come in here and be like, man, I'm gonna see what they put out. I want y'all to plan. Even if you ask me today, I'm looking at this. What can I do? I'll give you the answer. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're here for. But that 154 is serious, man. Look, every time it hit 154, it gave you at least 165. That's $10 on Apple. Like, bruh, look how many times it did it. 154, 150, 64, 154. It looked like it got to get above 150.
It's like 3 times in like 4 weeks. 3 times in 4 weeks.
One of the 26. No, there's only 8 days.
Look, and them Apple contracts pay too, man. Apple be nice.
They pay, but that's the thing is finding that consistency. We see, you know, Seahawk Tiger is consistent on AA. We see everybody's consistent on what they're consistent on. I want you guys to find your consistency. You feel me? I don't care about the noise that happens. I don't care about the, you know, all the stuff. Find your consistency. You feel me? You're going to be able to win if you find your consistency. I preached about people back in the day only trading 3 stocks for a whole 10, 20 years and made millions. You feel what I'm saying? This is the time for you guys to find your consistency. The market is at a discount. If you got enough money to buy whole shares, you need to start doing some evaluations, finding out what's the cheapest price. I know a lot of people buying PayPal. Now, I mean, I know a lot of people buying Square right now. 5 to 10 years, the market's not going to be like this. We're going to have a whole total different conversations. So if you start working on this skill now, you'll be fine. You'll be fine in the long run. Apple, listen, last year we was going crazy. Apple's at, look, this is why I like to show Apple, because, I think I ain't gonna say I'm the only person who was calling out Apple, but dude, I was tracking Apple so hard last year, bro. I'm like, dude, 118, everybody should be buying Apple. I used to scream Apple, bro, because I felt like it was such at a discount that is no way in the world, as a person that want to invest in the market, as a new person or old person, whatever, everybody's gonna buy Apple. Apple's at the truest discount in the whole market almost. But this is what I like to show, guys. When you see Apple, start shaping up like this, or, you start seeing some type of shapes, or you start seeing some type of angles, usually it has a big reaction. Now, I mean, I don't really like that line there. Let me just switch it up real quick. And I'm showing y'all this just to show you guys like how consistency works. But at the end of the day, it was right in between 107 was the bottom for Apple. And I know people, and I should have been screenshotting. People were saying Apple is dying. People were saying that Apple's about to fall off. And, it stayed at this level right here that I'm about to highlight for like, this is months. This is the 1 month. It went from December of 2020 all the way over to almost June 2021 in a consolidation. You feel what I'm saying? So you telling me the same thing as we're almost seeing now with the 154 up to 165. It did it before. You feel me? All I'm doing is just rinsing and repeating the same strategy over and over. I'm not doing nothing special. I was yelling Apple at 118, 120. Look where I just put that support line on doing the consolidation on the 1 month. 120.94. Look at the top line. Is that 137.22? And that's the 1 month scale. That's a big time frame of just going sideways and popping up to 130s. But once it got above the 135 or the 137, look what happened, man. We got a nice little move back up to that high. And this high wasn't here. All this information wasn't in here. What we seen was the break above 137, which I'm like, bro, when they get above 137, we straight. And I swear I put out 155s and 150. I mean, I put out so many trades on this, but at the end of the day, notice the setups, notice the 3 Kings setup when it hit that 182 area. It's the same thing. And now you're telling me we're at the 154 and we're kind of leaning between 154 on the 1 week or the 1 day. We're starting to lean between that 154. Oh yeah, the 1 week. We had the 149 here, hit 149 here, but basically 154 up to 165. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. You feel what I'm saying? It's kind of a no-brainer. The old resistance of 154 was hard to break back in September. Then it came down here. I told y'all about the October trades. Y'all remember I put out no October trades. Like, come on, man. I'm consistent. That's all I want to be. I don't want to be nothing else. I just want to be consistent.
Hey, that time frame and that trend line, man, that shit look good for a good 170 June.
Bruh, but this is when patience kick in, because guess what?
Gotta wait on that confirmation.
Because if it show 149, you feel me?
And it break down.
Now you're gonna be like that 170 for June about to hit. You may be able to squeeze in July.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? And if you're lucky, you may be able to get 170 back in September. To be real, I really want September. Because you know what happened when it hit August, when that earnings season come in August, you get a nice little spike. Here go August right here, 2001. It ran all the way up to the top was 156, and it went from July 142 to 156 by September. So you really kind of want that September to see what happened in August for their earnings. That's just my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing the same trades. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna wait for my time. I don't have to be in this thing talking about I'm going crazy. I'm doing everything. I'm not doing all this up and down stuff. I'm used to. That's it. That's it, man. So, word to the wise, do what's best for work for you. This ain't, I don't have to do what everybody else is doing. I'm doing me.
Look, and I don't even like Apple, man.
Bruh, but Apple make money.
Look, they products and stuff, and everybody and their mama love Apple. I can't stand Apple, but that chart look good, bro. Especially, it look like we coming at a good point to make a decision.
For sure.
Like,
For
It's
sure.
about to be decision time on Apple.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And we'll be able to make a lot of money once things start going up. This is the best when the market is down. This is the best time to get your research back. This is the best time to start getting your long term situated. Like, this is just the best time. I love the market messed up like this. You see what I do when the market's messed up? I still figuring it out. Like, I still figuring it out, bro. And Max, you was like, "Oh, you always bullish." I guess I'm always bullish at the right time. Like,
Right.
that's the difference. I can be whatever I want to be as long as I'm doing it at the right time.
That's the thing about some of them straddles, man. Like them snow straddles on
Yeah.
man, like you can make money both ways. You get in a straddle and you time it right, you put some time on it,
Yeah,
you can make
facts.
money both ways.
And here go Facebook real quick. And I'm not harping on Facebook either. It's just crazy that I shouldn't even certain thing I feel like I shouldn't even have to explain, but it is what it is. Facebook, 30-minute chart. And I'm sorry about all the words. Hopefully you guys can read this. But I had two consolidation rectangles in here. I got the resistance at 223. I had a multiple bottom here at the 207. You feel me? And now we're below the 207. I said my bottom was going to be 204.41, and we closed at 203.77. So now, overall, monthly support is what we're looking for now. 197.20. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we trying to get to that 197.20. If we reach to that, or if we reverse up, we're fine. You right? So if we come to 197.20 and it holds, I'm getting in at 197.20. And I told you guys on the one day, the only thing I'm scared about was this little gap up that happened during earnings. So 197.20 is going to be watched before enter, because if it breaks below that, and this is the same thing we just seen on snow, break and consolidate, we may see 189. We may see one back down to 184. But I really want to watch it at that 197.20. Now, if it don't do that, and you see it reverse back up and hit that 207.50, then we back on trajectory, 215 calls, ding, ding, you feel what I'm saying? Like, back onto that. And y'all mind y'all, we put the 215 calls out and it went down, and then we had a big bounce, you feel what I mean, of the 223, those cashed out big time. So, it's just the same things over and over, just because I'm just practicing my same things I'm learning. Multiple bottoms here. It broke below the multiple bottoms. Of course, we're getting more downside. You feel what I'm saying? And now we're below that bottom support at 204. Let me move that up here real quick so y'all can see. We may be able to see that. Here go the 300-day moving average. That's important to have your 300-day moving average. You might be able to hit off of that. You feel what I'm saying? We may be able to hit off of that. So, it seemed like it's a lot, but I'm definitely trying to make sure that we all understand, like, technical analysis matter, and it matter a little bit more than anything else other than fundamentals. Unless you're long-term fundamental game is where it's at. But on the technical side, for your trading, you need to have this down pat.
So if it goes back up and break over 197, what's the price point? What's the strike price?
For what call to get?
Yeah, for Facebook.
That's a good question. Let me go see. I really want that. Listen, man, I told y'all, bro. My ultimate goal for Facebook is like $350. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a huge gap to 350, man. I mean, it's so big. When that start recovering, bro, man, it's gonna be epic for the people that's in them $350 calls. Like, people gonna make a lot of money off of Facebook if it ever start filling that gap on the monthly. If it ever start filling that gap, bro, it's gonna be a lot of money coming in, bro.
You keep talking about that. I really want to be in it.
I'm telling you, bro. No, the gaps don't lie. If the chart have a gap, the gap is gonna be filled. I'm telling you. It may take a minute, but you're gonna see the sign. You feel me? The sign is gonna come. And the sign for Facebook for the gap fill move, I'm telling you, is the over. Let me make sure, bro. Because it's a huge gap, bro. Look out.
Yeah, I need to be in on that gap.
Bro, I want everybody in this group to be in on this gap. The sign for this gap fill to start happening is at 245, and it should run up to at least $334. Look, red line. This is your area of trading. You feel me? Like, as soon as it get above 245, really, and this is squeezing. I need to delete all my words. I know them words probably make y'all pissed off right now. I'm sorry. I just, I had a week last week, bro. All right, here we go. All right, boom. really, if we get above this
Mhm.
resistance here at 236-ish, about 236, 234, really we need to start looking for, you know, our entries. Now, I mean, now we're holding over a big time resistance break. And then we, you know, 245 is confirmation, of course. But dog, look how big this gap is, man. That's almost $100, man. And look at where we're at in pricing. That's why I was saying when they hit 174, I'm like, dog, we had a whole thing. Like I'm like, bro, like Facebook got 174, dog. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like Facebook at 174 was crazy, man. Like, I don't know what, I don't know. But yeah, man, this is what I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for that. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be in a 250. I want to be in a 250 call for that. Like, that's gonna be epic, man. That's thousands of dollars, man, waiting. So yeah, man. I mean, I swear to God, I came in with the idea of today was like, if you guys really want to learn technical analysis and get this down packed, that's what I'm kind of focusing on Sunday session. Ken put out a great watch list already. Y'all can go look at that and make sure it's clean. But I want us that come in here, bro, to really get this down packed. I want you guys to write down your entries. I want y'all to set y'all alerts, because I swear to God, this will work for you. The planning behind this will work for you. And it's been proven week in and week out. All the times I come here and y'all feel like I'm just yapping and talking, I'm giving all these numbers. Bro, you seen what just happened. This move was proof in the pudding that no matter what happens, stick to your plan and call it a day. Anybody else got questions or anything?
Yeah. What's the strike price? for
Oh.
Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Strike price 250.
All right.
250. I want that
Gotcha.
250 call. I'll keep pushing that 250. That 250 is everything. It may be July. I mean, September if you can afford it. Like 250, man. 250, man. Like 250 is everything, bro. Like that's 250 call $800 all the way to September. Their earnings coming up in July. That should, I mean, usually June and July is bullish, but this is when April's get, you know, April is give you, you know, sideways movement. Listen, let's show you the chart. And I think, bro, you was on the live last week, right? Jovi?
Yeah, I was here.
Oh, so you heard the live in the morning when I was like, I don't think SPY can go either, you know, more down. Remember I said that, and the next day it went crazy, and I was just like, I'm not bothering nobody today. This is what I'm trying to point out to you guys, and everybody's saying that the recession is coming, blase, things are happening, right? No, I don't have to do all that. I can just click here. 6-month chart. Look at the red. Microsoft is down 18% in 6 months. Apple is only up 4% in 6 months. Google is down 22% in 6 months. Disney is down 35% in 6 months. Netflix is down 72% in 6 months. What I'm pointing out is this. How much further is the market going to drop? That's the biggest question I'm trying to get through people's head. How much more are we going to see downside? How much more can we see? Let me delete all this because, you know, I had a week last week. So, I mean, delete all that. Make sure this is all clean. Here go that downtrend on the 1 month for SPY. I'm not against SPY. I don't think SPY going to be extremely bullish. Y'all see my downtrend. My downtrend been consistent for weeks. I've been calling out SPY puts ever since it ran up, you know, weeks ago. So I'm not bullish on anything. I'm telling y'all, how much more are we going to see? That's the only question I won't answer. Now, if we see more, then we see more. But how much more? This is a whole, like, this was at $474. Now it's down to $410. That's a huge drop. How much more can we see? So whenever that
I pulled up that nigga Mexican OT. Is it OG or OT?
OT.
Yeah, I pulled him up.
Somebody
I checked him out. And he might have to clap, but I don't know if he could.
But yeah, man. Anybody? Y'all have any comments or questions or concerns? I'm really trying to get people to understand my method behind this. SPY is down a total of almost 15% from the height. You feel what I'm saying? From the high point. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out how much more can we see. You know, if we continue to see downside, that's good for everybody. Mind y'all, if the markets continue to drop, that's good for all of us. More people make money in a drought than they do when the market is green. So when everything is falling off like this, we should be in our bag. We should be like, yep, when they hit this 390, I'm definitely about to get some SPY 450s all the way to December. Like that's when we need to start getting into our bag. You feel me? This is a prime example of like why I don't care what happens in the market. I can trade, yeah, cool. But when that discount come in, I want to go long. Know what I mean? Fourth and long, man. Clutch time. Anybody else?
Hey Dave, you posted that questionnaire. Can
Okay.
you can you go over that and break that down? You know what I'm talking about?
Which
When you
one?
planning out the trade?
Oh, the paper?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. And I did post some more information. I do got some more stocks to talk about. I'm sorry about that. In Sunday session, I posted ET. I posted a couple more other stocks. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'll go over those too. So basically, it's this: when you go into your trade, every trade you need to have a plan for it. And this is, it may not be formatted like the sheet of paper that I posted, because you know how my notes come out. You feel what I'm saying? Like I just write my notes the way I can understand it. But basically, what you want to do is first start off with what ticker you got, right? Of course, that's the starting point. Support and resistance automatically start. You automatically go by support and resistance. Now, for the people that trying to figure out what is support and resistance, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna erase all of this data that you see for SPY. Say bye. I know it was crazy, but boom, whatever. Everything is gone. I'm starting on a 1 month time frame when I'm starting to set up my charts. What I'm gonna do is, because it's on a 1 month time frame, you got to go from the top and go pull down to the bottom. And I use quadrant lines to make this very simple and quick. So I pull out from the top, just the same stuff, pull down to the bottom, right? So now, you feel me? And sometimes I'm gonna be honest, I reset the majority of my charts throughout the week, or I'll reset them on Sunday. So like if my support and resistance for SPY was, 415 and all that stuff, I'll come back and redo it. So this is what need to happen anyway. I'll come back and redo it for this week just to get my guarantees. So boom. First thing I'm gonna do is click here at the bottom. Those are my heights, top to the bottom. Click my little mid area. And I've been teaching for the last 2 weeks trading in the zone. So after you do this on the monthly, there's opportunity for trades within the monthly scale. So, you go down to the 1 week or I go straight to the 4 hour. Let me just do exactly what I do. I go straight to the 4 hour. I don't need to see the one week. I go straight to the 4 hour. Notice how my monthly time frames is already consistent. You know what I mean? Very consistent. It ain't at 428. It's at 426. I'm not mad. You know why? Because this is what I'm going to do. I'm trading within the zone. So I'm going to get my quadrant lines, go from top to bottom. Same thing again. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. I had to pull it from the bottom. Oh, no, that ain't going to work there. Boom. There you go. I'm going top from bottom. Same thing again, right? And this is the work I have to do before I find my support and resistance of where I want to set my alert, because I want to trade this week. So boom, I'm gonna adjust that bottom line because it's so tight in between on the 4 hour to the 1 month. I'm gonna adjust that bottom line, pull that down. You feel what I'm saying? Boom. Or you can add a line in between, whatever you feel comfortable doing.
So you don't catch the wicks?
Well, no, I ain't catching no wicks, because the wicks, listen, I'm gonna catch the wick. Just wait.
Okay, all right.
We're trading in the zone. I'm gonna catch the wick. You're right. Just wait. Watch this, bro. So boom. And I've been doing this consistently for almost a year and a half. And I just been working on my craft, right? So boom, I changed the color. I make sure blue is, written, whatever. You can write this down if you like. It'd be like, man, my blue line, you can write it on your chart. My blue line is my 4 hour. My red line is my 1 month. So boom, I jump into there and I just do the same thing I did on the 1 month, but now I'm doing it on the 4 hour, right? Now, boom, there go your 428 resistance. There go your 428 resistance, right? Now I got all my, I got my little zone I want to trade. Now I'm in my zone. You feel what I'm saying? Now I'm like, okay, I can trade. Now, I can do a little something. Break it down again, 30 minute, 15, whatever you prefer. And now You gotta, now we start having conversations with each other. You feel what I'm saying? Now we like, okay, you know, just like bro said, I don't catch the wicks. Let's catch the wicks now real quick. Boom, I can pull this up. I can say, this is crazy about what we do here. You can literally say, I can trade from, look, bro, you can literally say this to yourself right here, bro. Let me change that there, change this to pink. I like using pink, man. I like pink and sky blue. Ever since I played Madden, I used to dress my uniform up in pink and sky blue. So boom, boom, right there. Cause it was the cleanest colors and nobody used to do it. I'm like, why y'all don't use these colors? This is clean. So you see what I had on this weekend with pink and sky blue, man. Stop playing with me, man. I'm consistent. My whole life is consistent, bro. Like, look, bottom support is fold 6. Now you can have the conversation. Once you start noticing what is going on with this chart, you gotta talk to yourself. It seems crazy, but this is money. This is how you retire. Are you not gonna do it? Or we're not gonna put in the work? You feel me? Who want to keep going to work all day? Notice how my bottom support at fold 643. Now, mind you, it hit fold 5. We know that. I have fold 8. Y'all seen all that stuff. I'm fixing my chart now because now we got a whole new week of data. This is a whole new week of data that we didn't have last week. Now, this is the area that we're playing off of. We can say from fold 6 to fold 10, we can make a trade. How many people bought SPY on Friday at fold 5, knowing that fold 5 was the bottom? Okay, then exactly.
I did.
But that's the mind frame that we have to get to. Look, if you're confident at fold 5 on Monday, why you ain't confident at fold 5 on Friday? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all gotta understand my logics behind this, bro. Look, now we have a double bottom scenario. The conversation is this. Once SPY get above this red line, which we just seen that's the monthly, which is at 410.89. I just mentioned that SPY had a ghost line at 410. Now that's my monthly support at 410.89. Let's call it 411 to be cool. Once we get above 411, the conversation can come in. I can get a 415 call, or I can get a 420 call. Luckily, SPY got same day trades. Now another conversation can come in. If I got a day trade, I could trade up SPY. If it breaks above 411, I could trade it to 413. Confirmation break of a full reversal is at the same spot that I called out last week, 415, bro. When SPY break 415, that's a confirmation of reversal. And more than likely, we're going to have a run back up towards the resistance. This is I just broke down the exact way to set up your chart every week. So when you set your resistance, when it says set resistance, you got to have 3 price points you want to set your resistance at.
That's what that was my question right there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm about to get into it. First, now see how it's already set up. I want 411 because I want that confirmation of a break because I want to enter. I want 413 and I want 415. I just want these 3 right here because my window of opportunity is going to come from these 3 right here. You feel me? And once you get that last break at 415, you know what's about to happen. You feel me? It's the same thing as support. Where am I set my support lines at? 410. And you could throw in the fold 7, fold 8, but I just want fold 10 and fold 6 and call it a day.
So your entry price going to be the same as your support?
My entry price at a resistance is going to be at the resistance, 411, 413, 415.
Yeah, at a resistance. So
Right.
Your entry price going to be the resistance?
If you miss your support entry, your entry is going to be at the resistance, 100%. If you miss your support, if you're going for your support, you need to be looking for 406, 408, or 410. But listen, let's just talk about the 15-minute. Quickly, higher lows is already coming into next week. The higher low scenario has already been formed on Friday. We're at resistance right now. If first thing Monday morning, you may, and I'm not trying to tell the future, I'm trying to put y'all on game. You may see a gap up. What futures look like? Anybody see the future chart? Futures super red, good. Now we may be able to get our support again. Let's see how it come back down. Future super red. If future be green before the market open up, we may get a gap up. But since future is red, we may get a gap down to about 408, between 408 and 406. And then if it gaps down, you could trade the 406 to 410 first thing on Monday.
What if it come down to 408, and you
4803? That's the support right here. You notice that support. That's the support. You feel what I'm saying?
That could be an entry too.
That could be an entry also. Yeah, for sure. It could be an entry for sure. If it come down, but look, it has to hold. That's still that's the last resort. Like it has to hold. That's it. I gotta see a consolidation. It consolidated there. You got four candles on the 15 right at that point. It consolidated. That's what it mean. Boom.
And you say, and say you get in at 408. All right, it's on her exit price. So that would just
411.
Like,
you need to watch 411.
Right. Yeah, you go to your first resistance.
Right. You go into your monthly. You're either 410 or 411. Those are your two spots. You got to.
But you can pick. It's on you to pick either one of those, right? If you got multiple contracts, you might. Yeah,
it depends on. Listen, it depends on how you want to trade it. Let's be honest. 408 to 411 with a 415 call for Monday. That's like 150%. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You feel me? This is SPY. That's a big percent. That's a big percent move. $2-3 is big on SPY. That's why I'm saying like you can do whatever you want as long as the chart is complementing what you're doing. You know what I mean? If it's against, notice how it went to 413, 1-2. That's we all been learning about double tops. Of course it's coming back down. You feel me? You got a double top. Like why are we expecting? And it found mid support at the 410, which is sitting at right now. It seems confusing. I swear to God it do, but it's not. It gives you exactly what it's supposed to give. Double top right here. It broke all the way down. Double top here. It broke down right here. Almost a triple top, to be honest.
Yep.
I'm just being real. Like it's not as hard if we just take our time. You feel me? Sometimes we don't take our time. We like, man, let me hurry up because everybody doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Like everybody already making a move. But if you take your time, you'll be fine. I'm here to help you guys take your time. There's no rush. It's your money. You worked hard for that money. You need to put it to work at the right time. You feel me? There's every job got high points. You feel me? I used to work at roller coaster building roller coasters. I used to work at Universal Studios. I had 2-3 jobs at one time, bruh. When the Universal was at its height, boy, I had to get that overtime. You feel what I'm saying? Like when the Universal slowed down, I can call off a little bit, use some PTO, and go on to the other job and get that overtime. Like the hustle's gonna be there. It's the same thing in the market. Are you gonna just start buying it once it hit, 415, I want to hurry up and buy now, or are you gonna wait till it get to 408, 406? Like how you feel? I'm just being real. Now, since it closed under, I really think it's gonna give me that 406 again. Now, if it come down to 406, that'll be a huge watch area. Hopefully the conversations be happening while it's at 406 and give me a heads up where I can just go and just do what I do. But let's see what happens. Double bottom at that 406 area. And this is the 15-minute chart. That's a double bottom. Anybody else? This is a triple top at 428. Like, that's crazy. Like, I don't know how I ain't miss it, but how anybody even, that's crazy.
You want to check out Twitter?
Oh, yeah. I did post the list. I'm sorry about that. I ain't trying to linger for too long, man. I really want y'all to get this technical analysis. I really do, bro. Like, it's so crazy. Like, it's so important to making, consistent money. That's all it's about, is making consistent money. So here go the Twitter. And I already got Twitter set up. So what? Hold up now. What I put this note in here for? Are you putting notes? Oh, gap. Okay, the big square is the gap. That's the only thing I'm scared about with Twitter, is that gap is still there. So it looked like it is holding at 45, and we are above that 47. I'm looking for a break above 50 and then that retest back towards the $54 area. We can go zoom in real quick, give you a little idea of what I'm looking at. Yep, we got multiple tops here. And it looking like it's, it's trying to fight this 50. We really got to hold above 50 though. That's that area. We at 49.84, so hopefully, it pops on Monday. But that's not, that's either here or there. Y'all know that Twitter call was crazy. But again, now we in that slow movement. When you see things spike like that, let it cool off. Let it do what it do. Entry for Twitter is around $45. That's been, kind of the bottom. And I got it on the monthly time frame because you really want that monthly break. It gives you a little bit more confidence when you do it on a bigger time frame. I hate using anything small. I really do. I'm really trying to get up out of that. But yeah, $50 is your target to get the hold above. It has to hold the 50. You really need that 50 to hold. And then we're going to get that higher retest here, about 54.61, and then we should be fine. I don't mind doing the $60 call at 50. I really don't. I'll do that, trade that up to about 54 and call it a day. As long as you got some time on them contract, you'll be fine.
I think I got a May 20th, 52 call.
When you got
June 7th, Friday.
Okay, that was smart. And when the market was kind of down, you kind of took advantage of what was happening. That's the thing, man. When the market gets so low and that RSI drop, that's such an easy trading area. It's such an easy trading area. I mean, that market drops like that, man. It's just like, man, just give me the money. That's why I know you can do calls year round. You don't matter what you do. You can do puts when the RSI hit up to the high. That RSI hit 70 and 75 and 80. Bro, it's so safe to do a put because it's going to drop. But yeah, that gap is the square. That's why I got that square there. It's a big gap there. So I'm kind of afraid, if it start coming back down to 45, I think it's going to try to fill that gap. And I'm really trying to, wait for that gap fill to happen before I even start getting super aggressive. But it's a small window of opportunity there. Anybody else? Hopefully everybody, I hope I didn't disappoint on the Sunday session. I hope you guys are understanding where I'm coming from and my ideas behind this. I really, really, really want to get people to understand this technical analysis to the point where they can just wake up and make thousands of dollars and they know exactly how to do it and when they do it. You look at
I seen that trend line on SPY.
Yeah, good on the RSI. What do you say, bro?
I was talking about the trend line. I think you said it was going down. It was downtrending,
Yeah,
right?
it's a full downtrend on SPY on the 1 week. It's been doing it ever since it had the lower highs. See that when you're figuring out downtrends, all you're gonna look at is the peaks, and you see that lower high setup. That's how you know the downtrend is consistent.
So that's still intact, basically, that downtrend. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's intact until the downtrend break. Another thing, let's talk about that because that's been amazing lately. That's probably the easiest way to know if the trend is changing is when the downtrend break. And I think I got some charts set up on that. I'm gonna have to, show you guys real quick. I think I got it on FedEx. But yeah, when that price action come and cross over this downtrend, so say if it stays in the downtrend and it pops up to about 428 and kind of squeezes up in between here, if that downtrend line and the resistance line meet and it breaks over that, bruh, the reversal gonna be epic. I've done it. I've seen it before. I've did it with CRM. I can name every stock I've done it with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's probably the easiest way to make a whole bunch of money. Now, let's look at FedEx real quick because they got some short-term downtrends and uptrends in there where I can point out what I mean. So boom, here you go. And then I can show you the bigger scale too after I look at this. I'll show you the bigger scale. So boom, example of downtrends and uptrends. Right here is the uptrend, right? So the bottom here, everything start peaking and touching here. Let me do a big time frame. Maybe you can, it'll stand out a little bit more. Boom, there you go. So here go the trend line. And then you notice how the trend line is consistent. Every time it gets to that point, it kind of bounces up, hit resistance. And as soon as it broke below, look what happened. It tested that. This is a retest area. So it came down to support a 203 and retested real quick that 207. But what changed? It's a consistent downtrend. You feel me? That's a higher low. It started going down, right? Now look back over here again. It broke the downtrend again. That's why I said FedEx is on watch, because I'm expecting it to go and test again at that 413. Know what I mean? And that's is a small time frame. A bigger time frame of a huge downtrend break. I'm mad I ain't got my CRM chart no more, but I can use CVS. Big time frame for a bigger move is, you know, the example is CVS. I was tracking CVS for so long that is crazy. They had a full downtrend channel. You feel me? All the way from 2015 all the way over to pandemic, right? 2019, and here go 2020. As soon as that thing crossed, look, where my resistance meet and where that downtrend change was at $67. It went from 67 all the way up to $110, $111. That's what I mean by a big time frame on a downtrend. And once it breaks, it gives you so much room to go. I don't care if you only trade 5 times a year. If you wait 5 times a year for a big time frame downtrend break, you're going to make a lot of money. You can save your money and make this type of trade and make a lot of money. And so it went from 67 to 110 in a matter of a year. 2 years almost. Yeah, 2 years. 2 years. The first year, the height was about $90, but that's still good. $67 to $90, that's good. That became resistance. Once it broke above 90, it gave you that next move. So here go that retest of 90 on the month. So it came up to 90 here, and then it bounced off. This is the 8-day trend line. So moving average. It bounced off the 8-day moving average here, and then it did that retest at 90, broke over, and then boom, there you go. And more than likely is going to give you a retest now. That's why I told you guys get 105 CVS calls at 95. It's probably going to retest that 107, 102. I want 102 and 107. Yeah. Anybody else?
What about Home Depot?
Home Depot. I like Home Depot. Good company. Now, Home Depot did look, they got an overall downtrend changeover too. It don't look as bullish. I know it's not as pretty, you know what I mean, but it did get out of the downtrend and start moving sideways at the 294. You feel what I'm saying? Go to the 4 hour. Now that we're at the bottom, that's the perfect time to mention it again. We have multiple areas here where we traded it. We made, you know, small trades. I think I did the 320 call and it ran up to 317. I don't know if we missed this one from the 26th or the 29th. I mean, but you see what happened. It basically came down to this $300 area multiple times and then kept retesting the 214, 215. Now we broken back down to bottom support, which is about 290, 293. So it's just, we just got to see what happened. Honestly, if we hold here and start reversing the same resistance that same support that we was buying in on, now that's becoming the resistance. So if we're at 292, if you wanted to trade it up, you will have to look at $300 calls or 302s, because now that's the resistance. It's old support, new resistance. The same rule, vice versa. Know what I mean? And I wouldn't even get the 300 until it get above 295, to be real.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But if it breaks below 292, that can be drastic. That can definitely be drastic. But they pay high dividends. I don't know how drastic it's gonna be, because people really like Home Depot. I like Lowe's, but whatever. You look at the 30 or 20 for the RSI to be over. So yes, 100% Sky, and then overbought is between 70 all the way up. I say under 30 is oversold, but recently it's been getting way below under 30. It's been 20 and 19s. It's been crazy. Anybody else? And I mean that list, I'm gonna have to just go over it on the morning because I mean I got ET in there. I got a couple little things in there that we can look at. CCJ coming back on the list. I just forgot to write them all on my pad, but I did post it. Now I mean these are some nice quality trades that's coming back down to supports. Maybe able to take advantage of them again. Know what I mean, so that's all I'm trying to do is see what I can take advantage of. I mean, while the market is down. So I'm just going through the old watch list, going through the old stocks and just seeing what are we missing? What can I fix? You know what I mean? What can I adjust with? So anybody else? This was a long Sunday session, dog. I'm excited about tomorrow. I mean, hopefully everybody's ready. Ken did put out a nice watch list, so please pay attention to that. That's why I didn't want to go too crazy because he put out a lot of information. So I really want to kind of let him, take that and not over barrel. I mean, overpower or overdo anything over what he got going on. He's really good at what he do. So, gotta be supportive.
You just need one butler?
Anybody else? Oh, y'all quiet today. So y'all want to talk. What's up?
Hey, what up, bro?
What up, big bro?
So now, while you was doing all that, I was trying to chart this AMD out.
AMD.
Yeah. So, like when I got down to the 4 hour, I had like a lot of rejections around the 91.75. But I charted that level on the 4 hour.
Okay.
I got some bigger time frames, like I think I had on, I think it might have been the weekly, it had like 95.21. But that 91.75, like there was a big break at that, and that was earnings. So, they was surprised it ran all the way up.
Right.
To high 99, like 99.82 or 80.66, something like that. But it came back down also and retest around that 91.75 area multiple times, and then it broke back up again to go retest that 98.18. So to me, it looked like it's forming like an ascending triangle, and watching to see if it's gonna break that trend line or and come back and touch that 91.75 again.
For sure. Let me see. So far as an entry, I like 93.89, a little bit. That's the monthly time frame. Far as an exit, about that 97, almost 99 area looking like it's been tested a couple times on the 4 hour. Let me trying to adjust it a little bit better. Let me start all over. Let me just start all over. So
on that level right there, I got my resistance. I put 97.74 for that. Like I didn't count all those.
Are you sure? I just don't want to, I don't want to confuse you. So I want to get as close as possible to the numbers. Because AMD has been, a little up and down. I'm mad it broke back below 100. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't expect it to break back below 100. I thought it was going to kind of, bounce off 100 multiple times because it would fight that 100 for so long, and it gave us such a nice move once it broke 100 last year that I did not expect it to come back and be like, no, I want to be at $80. Like that kind of threw me, bro. I'm like, damn, man, we've been watching AMD for 2 years fight 100, and it finally got above it and just came right back like it wasn't nothing.
I think because like one of the big money makers, they changed the price target for it. That's what ended up happening.
They did mess. They said it was 103 or something. Oh, 115. They said AMD price target was 115 just recently. And I mean, them folks be messing up the money for themselves. They be buying all that stuff. They'll come out and throw people off, and we'll be, you know what I mean? They be throwing me, bro. So here we go. And this is the 4 hour. And we know the bottom is around, $83.67. But this is just a small little zone. I went from this candle and I just pulled down to the bottom here. So whatever you see that's crossing, in between there, it's not really recorded on there. It just gives me that small little area here from $93 to 97. And I think that is a good little, area that is kind of forming a consolidation. I see a small downtrend that's starting. You can probably see that higher low, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So it may be squeezing in between the 93. So if it gets between that 93 and you see a pop back up, you may be able to start taking advantage of some upside once it gets in between there. But just like I said, June, July, I say start looking towards the end of April to start, getting back into the swing of things and grabbing some July calls and, being a little bit more aggressive that way. But, right now we're just trying to take the temporary moves. And this the 4 hour, go down to the 15.
What's that bottom? Wait, go back to that 4 hour.
Where is it? What's up?
What's that bottom line you got right there on those with those purple lines?
These my moving averages.
No, not the move. Yeah, that bottom line.
Oh, this right. That's not 93.40.
93.40. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if it break below that and don't like you was talking about, if it break above consolidate, break below consolidate, you can expect it to either go down more, or if it holds and bounces, then you can expect it to ride up back to that 97 level.
And this is the tricky part, because more likely it's probably gonna come down because the 26-day moving average is no, hold up. See, and this is the thing about moving averages you gotta pay attention to. The 26 is crossing the 50. You feel me? So y'all know when the smaller one is crossing the bigger one, you get you a nice little golden cross set up. So if price action, and notice how my 93.40 is right at the 26-day moving average. So if it come down to the 26-day moving average and we get a nice little bounce, we may be seeing the reversal. You feel what I'm saying? We may be seeing a reversal. So now it's kind of, you got to watch it on the big time frame. We have to be consistent on that big time frame because it's going to give you more information. But the 26 is crossing the 50. So that's a good sign. That's not a bad sign. And it happened right here on earnings day, of course. Now we had that big little push up. But if it comes back down, it may give us that 26-day moving average bounce at 93.40. And then we may be back at the, pushing back up towards that 97. But again, it's so many things that's in here that we got to record is the downtrend, short-term downtrend. We got the support hits multiple times. You know what I mean? We got the moving averages crossing. It's just a lot of things that's in there. So
that's why I drew, like on my chart, I drew, if you scroll in a little bit.
Right here?
Like that first, I guess you could say lower high.
Yeah.
At the bottom. Look, right there. I drew like a trend line from that one up to that other one. So like if it breaks below that, then that looks like it's going to continue the downtrend.
Oh yeah, for sure. But it's also, you can do this. You feel what I'm saying? Now,
both. Basically,
right.
I
do
got both.
Like, same thing that you did with.
Never know.
Remember you did Boeing, and I was like, that was a perfect trend line that you had for Boeing. You called that damn near perfectly on Boeing when that down channel came in. It's the same thing with this one. You got data that you could tell yourself, okay, if it breaks this first trend line, we can look towards the next trend line, right? So, it's the same. Yeah, you're right. You're 100% correct. You can use both. I mean, they have a thing on, on some of these charting things, you can do a fan. They have like a Fibonacci fan where they'll show you every trend line, in the stock. It's crazy. It's a lot. It seems like it's extremely technical, but it's extremely helpful. I ain't gonna lie. If you can catch multiple trend lines and then you start seeing it break below it and then, it start bouncing, it's crazy how many things you can do with this. But yeah, man, if it breaks this trend line, you definitely can see some downside. But you still got to keep them support levels in there. You still got to go by the rules and, keep things consistent. But I think we're going to get a bounce off the moving average, a short-term move towards 97 again, and test that one more time before even, make a decision. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I think we're going to get a short-term, trend line bounce. Anybody else got stock or anything they want to mention?
I want to ask you about that BBIG. I think you put that out last week.
Oh yeah, BBIG for sure. $3. I put out $3 calls, $4 calls for $5.20. The $4 call is $5. I think they cashed out at 45 cents. That's not bad. I really wanted $200, but it didn't hold. it kind of came all the way back down, which I'm not mad because it was a $5.20 $4 call that was 5 cents. So, so 45 cents, you know, we can do the math there. But yeah, it seemed like the support area is the $3, almost $3 exactly here. Let me pull that down just to show y'all. And then we got this little area of consolidation. Now, mind you, all these lines was put in before all of this was happening. So, you know, now that we got this, I got to adjust it because this data that I got was from when it happened before. Know what I mean? I just had to use that old chart. So now let's get back into it. My resistance at $3.37. I had a small downtrend here, and now it's in like a small consolidation. But I think BBIG gonna make another move, and $3 is, you know, pretty good entry. Here go BBIG right there. And congrats if you guys caught it. I think a few people probably caught it. I mean, not a lot of people, but I had to put out at least one penny stock, and I feel like that was a good one to put out. It's been one that we consistently looked at, you know, traded last year around the same time. And so it's doing kind of the same reaction. Resistance here, yep, consistent. In the bottom right here, I see like a small area at 314. We can go mid if you like, around 322. And then we can go right there at 330. If you want to, you know, look at every level, you know, on a 5 minute, you can probably see the clarity of that. But yeah, BBIG look good. Look for another move towards that 337 break. Then after that, we definitely gonna see that 355. But ultimate target is $4. And I think it's gonna be since it broke again. I told y'all watch for the break above 267, and that's before. Look, this is what I told you guys. Like way down here. It was a long consolidation between this. You know what I mean? That looked like about 250 up to about 257. But this was my line where you had to break above, and it finally did it. Right there, that 267, big bullish move, and it did pretty well. Congrats. I didn't forget about it, but yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it. A pretty cool trade. Okay, what I'm using to determine my support and resistance, I'm gonna use BBIG as an example. Do y'all want me to screenshot this and send this out? Because I'm about to delete it and redo it. So if y'all want me to, you know, screenshot it real quick, hold up. All right, boom. What I'm looking at on the, I'm gonna delete this, start all over. So off rip, what I'm gonna see is the peak. I'm gonna go to the 1 month, and when I set my support and resistance, I'm gonna hit that peak, and I'm gonna just pull it down. That's all I'm doing. And I'm gonna just set my, you know, notice how this has been a consolidation for a long period of time on a 1 month. And then, you know, from the spike was like $8. I don't know if anybody was in here, but we did catch that $8 move the last time it spiked. So, you know, now I'm not expecting $8 again, but I'm definitely expecting at least $4. You feel what I'm saying? So you set your support and resistance just like this. Boom, hit it right here. Same things. I use quadrant lines because it makes it a little bit simpler for me. I could eye it. You know, I can eye the work, but I don't want to. I mean, I want to make it simple as possible. Boom right there, boom right here, and keeping it very simple. And then boom, there you go. That's your support and resistance on a 1 month scale. Know what I mean? And from there, I don't go to the 1 week because I go straight to the 4 hour. I go straight to the 4 hour, keep it very simple. And then now I got my zone set up again. You know, we talked about them zone trades. You can do the same setup as the zone trade, no matter if it's a penny stock or what. Penny stocks may move a little differently, but it's the same results. You feel what I'm saying? I pull up my zone trade. And this could be a little bit better, actually. I could pull it down here because I see consistency here at that top. So it tapped there. So that gives me a nice little cushion there. And do the same thing. And all y'all, dog, you can spend time just practicing this consistently, and you're gonna get it eventually. Trust me. You're gonna start seeing these tops. You're gonna start seeing these peaks, and then you're gonna be able to start taking advantage of the market. I don't want to move it up. I'll just keep it simple. And then put that there. So boom, there go your 4-hour time frame red lines. Do a little zoom in. You'll notice that if people that was asking about the trends, you'll notice the same thing with trend lines. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what stock it is or what you're doing, it's the same thing. Trend line break, reversal back up. Same thing. It don't matter what you do. The answers is always there. And it seems like it's impossible sometimes, but it's not. It's just patience. I mean, look, trend line. I can find 1,000 trend line. That's the trend line channel, actually, kind of channeled up in there, but you can just see the trends, short-term trends. So you could do the same thing 1,000 times. You just got to be prepared for it, as far as buying it and, you know, being prepared, getting into it. But yeah, one of those things. But yeah, we're holding that 414 on this the 4-hour scale. So if I zoom in a little bit more, get that 15 in, it'll be the same results as what I just, put together before. And we're zone trading. I mean, we're not over exaggerating. We're zone trading. So, do I want to? Yeah, I'll put it there for you. Anybody else got questions while I'm setting this up? And then boom, hit it right there. Hit it right there. Hit it right there. Boom, 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 boom. It's the same thing. Boom. Clean. And now the story, you got to tell yourself the story. If I get above 336, about 337, I'm looking for a break above 351. My target going to be $4. Once you get above, so forth and so on. It's like poetry. This is this is literally an art. It's a beautiful art, man.
Yeah, that's what I was confusing myself, man. I kept setting the damn quadrant lines up, and our lines kept down and lining up on top of each other. That's why I ain't even seeing that chart. Like, I'll just wait Sunday.
Nah, for sure. The thing is, when you're doing your charts, you sometimes you can, depending on what business it is, you can pull data from way over here and stuff. But I like to just go from the peak of the recent peak on a 1 month and just go down to the lowest low. And then that'll give you my quadrant lines. And then from there, I just zoom in and then I'll just, set everything up, how I prefer it. And then just tell my story and then you go from there. But I was happy with the 267 entry for BBIG. And then Black Pharaoh gave us the heads up. I mean, I don't know how he do it, but you could tell that he's setting alerts and he's doing what he's doing because he gave us the heads up at 265. Know what I mean? And what's crazy is it dropped a little bit the next day. It's like, okay, you don't believe it's 265, we're gonna drop it again. And then it just did it. Like it works, man. Luckily, them contracts, I try to buy a little bit of time. You're going to start seeing now, I'm about to start changing my time frame and going a little bit further out because it's starting to get close to that 520 date. And usually on the 520 dates, it's kind of, jumbled in there and it kind of get a little messy far as cashing out. But yeah, man. Yeah, small window of consolidation. Same thing. You notice that the bottom here was, it bounced up, broke resistance, gave you a small window of consolidation, big spike. Same thing that we look for. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a move, consolidation, bigger move. You know what I mean? And keep it very simple. Don't feel like you have to rush anything. That's the thing. Now, I think sometimes we like panic and hurry up. And if you trust what you're seeing, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Anybody else? And I appreciate y'all for joining for sure, man. I'll never take you guys for granted. I really be wanting to come here and make sure we all understand that we're on the same page going into Monday for sure. I'm not, trying to do anything more than what I've been doing. I want you guys to understand this part of the game because this is trading. This is trading. This is how you make your money. This is how you consistently make your money. Know what I mean? Without a plan, there's nothing. It's chaos. so that every week I give you guys a plan. I've been promoting this sheet with the ticker and the information for months. Know what I mean? The price target will be the resistance, if depending on where you want your resistance at. Your entry price will be your support. Your exit price will be your resistance. That's all in there. Strike price, the cost of contract, expiration dates, how many contracts you're buying. This is basically how to start your journal, or how to keep up with your trades. You know, I can go back and pull out sheets of paper from years ago, screaming out different calls and different things that I have. I have all of my stuff record. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, it's different. It's definitely different when you just have control of what you're doing without the chaos and the noise. So that's why I like coming in here on, you know, hollering at you guys on Sunday. Tomorrow I will come in and do a live in the morning. I'm not gonna, you know, hit you guys with a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo and trying to, you know, I really want y'all to learn this stuff. I'm not trying to do nothing extra. So hopefully you guys found something today where you guys can take away and add to your artillery. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you guys to ignore news. I want you guys to pay attention to the news, because yes, it does affect, and you have to get used to reading up on businesses. So that's always part of the fundamental game also. What I'm saying is the chart's gonna tell you everything. Anybody got any questions, comments, or concerns? Happy Mother's Day to everybody. To your mama, your cousins, your aunties, your sisters, your neighbors, your friends. Happy Mother's Day for sure. I appreciate you guys for joining, man. God bless y'all. If y'all have any questions, this is recorded. So if anything that I've done that you seem like it's kind of quick, you can go back and look at it again. And then we just rock it out like that, man. Clock in. I mean, let's get this money. Let's stop playing. You get it consistently. You know what I mean? I want that plan to be shown consistent. If you write down your plans, post your plan up. Let me see what you planning. Who cooking today? You see what I cooked? I'm joking, man. Sound like a rap video. I'm about to get into a whole rap video. Anybody else? Well, God bless y'all, man. Y'all holla at me, man. I appreciate y'all. All love. Pay attention to the watch list, man. There's some big stuff in there. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Anybody got anything? I'm giving y'all 2 more minutes. My old lady at the door right now.
Appreciate it, my man.
No, for sure. No, for sure. Hopefully y'all picking up the game.
Yes, sir.
Sure, man. Holla at me.